इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome you all for Bhagavatam study. We are finished Canto 1. We are doing the review of the summaries. So we finished up to...
Prabhuji, shall I start because they have not come? Shall I start 15 and 16?
or we'll continue from the 11. What do you want to?
Tomorrow, maybe
Well,
I'll be in the traveling, Prabhuji. So,
like that. Okay, sure. Okay, then go ahead. Yeah.
But whatever I can, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please.
Not well
Please.
prepared.
Yeah. 15 and 16, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, go ahead.
The Pandavas retired timely. Hare Krishna, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Arjuna went to Dwaraka to meet his friend Lord Krishna and came back. Arjuna, the beloved friend of Krishna, is in sad and grief for the separation of Lord Krishna, and he could not reply for Maharaja Yudhishthira's speculative inquiries. With Maharaja Yudhishthira's questions, Arjuna's mouth and lotus-like heart dried up. His body lost luster. Remembering Lord Krishna, he could not utter a word. His tears smeared. He overwhelmed and breathing heavily began to speak. Arjuna began to speak. O King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who treated me like an intimate friend, has left me alone. So the astounding power which was surprised even by the demigods is no longer with me. And by the Lord's merciful strength, Arjuna, he was able to vanquish all the lusty princes at the place of King Drupada. And with his bow and arrow, he could pierce the fish target and gain the hand of Draupadi. Because he was near me, Arjuna conquered the powerful king of heaven, Indradeva. Along with the demigod associates, unable the fire god to devastate the
Chapter 16,
Pandava.
Mataji, correct, no?
15, Mata Prabhuji.
15, Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, sure. Okay,
And
go ahead.
unable to fire god to devastate the Khandava forest. And by his grace only, his younger brother, who possesses the strength of 10,000 elephants, killed Jarasandha. Queen Draupadi had a beautiful hair, which was sanctified in the ceremonial function of Rajasuya Yajna. But when she was lost in a bed, Dussasana touched her hair to insult her. Draupadi then fell down at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna decided that the wives of Dussasana company should have their hair loosened as a result of the Battle of Kurukshetra. Duryodhana sent Durvas Muni and 10,000 disciples for lunch after Draupadi finished her lunch. And the Akshaya Patra given by sun god became almost empty. When Durvas Muni went with the disciples, he went for noon bath to the river. Draupadi informed Krishna that there is no food left. Krishna then took a small bit of food stuck to the pot and then told Bhima to call Durvasa for lunch. Durvasa and 10,000 disciples came for lunch but did not ask for any food because they were oversatisfied by the miracle of Krishna, taken a food particle and killing the hunger of visiting rishis completely. And by the influence of Krishna only, Arjuna could fight with Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva and his wife. And they were astonished and gave the Pasupati Astra weapon to him. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to him, and he was able to reach the heavenly planets. When Arjuna stayed as a guest in the heavenly planets, all the demigods, including King Indradeva, took shelter of his arms, which were marked with the Gandiva bow to kill the demon named Nivataka Vacha. The military strength of Kauravas was like an ocean, and because of his friendship, that means Lord's friendship, he was seated on the chariot and was able to cross over it. And by his grace, he regained the cows and helmets of the kings, which were bedecked with jewels. By his mercy only, the enemies neglected to kill him when he descended from the chariot to get water for his thirsty horses. So, O Emperor, now I am separated from my friend and dearmost well-wisher, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and my heart appears to be void of everything. Since you asked me about our friends and relatives in the city of Dwarka, they are all cursed by Brahmanas, and along with the demigod associates. One minute, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. And as a result, they became intoxicated with wine, fighting among themselves with sticks and not recognizing one another. This is all due to the will of the Lord. Now I am attracted to those instructions imparted to me by the personality of Godhead Govinda for relieving the burning heart in all circumstances of time and space. Arjuna's constant remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna rapidly increased his devotion, and as a result, all the thrash in his thoughts subsided. Upon hearing of Lord Krishna's returning to his abode and upon understanding the end of the dynasty, earthly manifestations, Maharaja Yudhishthira decided to go back home, back to Godhead. Kunti, after hearing Arjuna's telling of the end of the Yadu dynasty, she engaged in the devotional service with full attention. When Lord Krishna left this earthly planet in his self self same form, from the very day Kali, who had partially appeared, became fully manifested to create inauspicious conditions for those who have a poor fund of knowledge. Maharaja Yudhishthira was intelligent enough to understand the influence of the age of Kali, and he prepared himself to leave home and dressed accordingly. He then started towards north, taking the path of his forefathers and great men. The younger brothers of Maharaja Yudhishthira followed the footsteps of his elder brother. They all performed religious principles and decided that the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna is the supreme goal. Pandavas, by pure consciousness, due to constant devotional remembrance and devoid of all material contamination, attained the spiritual abode. Vidura, while on pilgrimage, left his body at Prabhasa. Draupadi and Subhadra also absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna and attained the same results of their husbands. The subject of the departure of the sons of Pandu for the ultimate goal of life, back to Godhead, is fully auspicious and is perfectly pure. So, whoever hears this narration with devotional faith gains the devotional service of the Lord, the highest perfection of life. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is chapter 15th.
Okay.
Chapter 16th, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
The Parikshit received the age of Kali. Chapter 16, How
Mhm.
Parikshit received the age of Kali. Maharaja Parikshit began to rule over the world as a great devotee of the Lord under the instructions of the best of the twice born Brahmanas. He married the daughter of King Uttara named Airavati and got 4 sons. Parikshit selected Krupacharya for guidance as his spiritual master and performed 3 horse sacrifices on the banks of the Ganges. At these sacrifices, even the common man can see the demigods. Once, when Parikshit Maharaj was on his way to conquer the world, he saw the master of the Kali Yuga, who was lower than a Shudra, disguised as a king and hurting the legs of a cow and bull. The king at once caught hold of him to give sufficient punishment. Saunakrishi asked Parikshit why he is only giving punishment to Kali and not killing him. Parikshit doesn't want to insult the purest of animals, a cow. Some men desire to escape from death and get eternal life. They call Yamaraja to hear and chant the holy name of the Lord. Yamaraja is a great devotee of Lord, and he likes to be invited to kirtans and sacrifices by the pure devotee of the Lord. So the great sages and Saunaka invited Yamaraja to attend the sacrifice performed by at Naimisharanya. This was good for those who do not want to die. When Maharaja Parikshit was residing in the capital of the Kuru empires, the symptoms of Kali began to enter. He then took his bow and arrow and prepared himself for military activities. He sat on chariot drawn by black horses. His flag was marked with a sign of a lion. He was surrounded by charioteers, cavalry, elephants, and infantry soldiers. He left the capital to conquer in all directions. He then conquered all party of the earthly planets, Bhadrasva, Ketumala, etc. And wherever the king visited, he continuously heard the glories of his great forefathers who were all devotees of the Lord, and also the glorious acts of Lord Krishna. He also heard how he was protected by the Lord from the powerful heat of the weapon of Ashwadama. And also he heard that by Lord's causeless mercy, the sons of Pandu got all kinds of service from chariot driver to president, messenger, friend, etc. Upon hearing, Maharaja Parikshit became overwhelmed with devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord. When he is passing the days like this, the personality of religious principles, Dharma was wandering in the form of a bull and met the personality of earth in the form of a cow. He appeared to grieve like a cow, appeared to grieve like a mother who had lost her child. She had tears in her eyes and her beauty was lost. Dharma questioned the earth as follows. He questions, why are you hale and hearty? You're covered with shadow of grief. Dharma says, I have lost my 3 legs and I'm now standing on one only. Are you lamenting for my state of existence? Or are you anxious for the unlawful meat eaters? Or are the demigods are now not offered their share of sacrificial offerings because no sacrifices are performed? Or are you grieving for the normal human beings suffering due to famine and drought? Or are you sorry to see the Brahmanas have taken shelter of administrative families that do not respect Brahminical culture? Dharma furthermore says, O Mother Earth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari incarnated himself as Lord Krishna just to unload your heavy burden. All his activities are transcendental and lead to the path of liberation. You are now bereft of his presence. Then the Mother Earth replies like this: the principles of religion are laid down by the Lord Himself, and the executor of such laws is Dharmaraja or Yamaraja. Such principles work fully in the age of Satyayuga. In the Treta Yuga, they are reduced by a fraction of one fourth, and in the Dwapar Yuga, they are reduced to one half, and in the Kali Yuga, they are reduced to one fourth. Gradually, diminishing to the 0 point, and then devastation takes place. Happiness in the world depends proportionately on the maintenance of the religious principles. Individually or collectively, the best part of valor is to maintain the principles despite all kinds of odds. Thus, one can uh, hap- be happy during the span of life and ultimately return to Godhead. Uh, so then the Mother Earth, and actually the why Mother Earth is lamenting is because in him reside truthfulness. Kali is not having all these qualities, but in him reside truthfulness, cleanliness, intolerance of another's unhappiness, the power to control anger, self satisfaction, straightforwardness. All these qualities are lacking in the age of Kali. Steadiness of mind, control of the sense organs, responsibility, equality, tolerance, equanimity, faithfulness, knowledge, absence of sense enjoyment, leadership, chivalry, influence, the power to making everything possible, the discharge of proper duty, complete independence, dexterity, fullness of all beauty, serenity, kind-heartedness, ingenuity, gentility, magnanimity, deterioration, perfection in all knowledge, proper execution, possession of all object of enjoyment, joyfulness, immobility, fidelity, fame, worship, pridelessness, being as the personality of Godhead, eternity, and many other transcendental qualities which are eternally present and never to be separated from Him. That personality of Godhead, the reservoir of all goodness and beauty, Lord Sri Krishna has now closed his transcendental pastimes on the face of the earth. In his absence, the age of Kali has spread its influence everywhere. So I am sorry to see this condition of existence. So the Mother Earth says, I'm thinking about myself, demigods, sages, denizens of Pitraloka, and devotees of Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in human society. Lakshmi ji, the goddess of fortune, gave up her own abode in the forest of lotus flowers and engaged in herself in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. The Mother Earth was endowed with specific powers to supersede the fortune of all the three planetary systems by being decorated with the impressions of the flag, thunderbolt, elephant driving rod, and lotus flower, which are signs of the lotus feet of the Lord. But at the end, when earth felt that she was fortunate, the Lord left her. So the Mother Earth says to the personality of religion that she was overburdened by the undue military phalanxes arranged by atheistic kings. And by the grace of Lord, she was relieved. She says to Dharma that your distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, will be relieved by the Lord, who will incarnate by his internal energy in the family of the Yadus. When the Lord, with his lotus feet, traversed the earth, the Mother Earth would be immersed in the dust of of his lotus feet and would be sumptuously covered with grass. While the earth and the personality of religion were thus engaged in the conversation, the saintly king Parikshit reached the shore of the Saraswati river, which flowed towards the east. And Parikshit left. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else who prepared is available here? Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji. Only 10 points I could have there.
Oh, no. Anybody else there?
After that, Archana, after me, Umashankar Prabhuji, or who? Just 1 minute, Prabhuji. After
Okay.
me.
After preferred to this.
Oh, which chapter, Prabhu?
For me, it was selected 17 and 18.
17, 18. Okay. So in between 11 to 14, we left, no? Okay, tomorrow we'll see whether they are able to cover it up. So we'll try to see a few more points from the same 2 chapters what Mataji has covered. In majority points Mataji has covered. We'll just turn through once if anything is there. So Mataji has covered nicely all the points. The chapter 15 talks about Pandavas retire timely. That's a topic Mataji has covered. So I think all these points Mataji has covered. Yeah, so verses 18 to 23, intimate moments with Krishna talks about feels wide in separation, defeated by cowherd man. That's there's a story there, no? When Arjuna, after the war, he was asked to, bring or escort some of the ladies on the way, and hunter comes and fights with the Arjuna and defeats him. So Arjuna feels, I have defeated Lord Shiva. I fought with his great warriors, but today ordinary hunter is defeated me. So he feels so sorry. How come I lost everything? Because today Krishna is not with me. Previously, all that war I won, Krishna was with me. So the again lesson for us is that when Krishna is there with us, we can win anything. If Krishna is not there, nothing. So when Arjuna comes back to Yudhishthira, he narrates this pastime. He says that my Gandiva become useless because Krishna is not there. So again, as a lesson for us that you have to keep Krishna in the center for every activity. Then Krishna is the center, our all activity will be successful. So here Sutta Goswami is talking about that and Arjuna's grief. Then tears. Okay, this is called. This is the verse Arjuna says. Vanchitoham Maharaja Harina Bandhurupina Yena me pravartham tejo Deva Vimsapana Mahat. So he says, I was cheated. I was Vanchitaham Maharaja. Yeah, Raja, I am cheated because Supreme Lord is not with me. Without him, I lost everything. There's the same past. Of course, the pastime goes like this. I think Astavakra Muni. Once, with this gopis. So gopis serve them nicely. But when Astavakra Muni walking, because Astavakra Muni is like, he has so many bends in his body. He walks like that. So the girl started laughing. So Astavakra Muni cursed them that you will be kidnapped by the hunter. So when they heard this, kind of a curse, they started pleading, and then Krishna, Astavakra given a boon that yes, Krishna will come and as a hunter and defeat you. So now the pastime is like this: Arjuna is without Krishna, but the hunter himself is Krishna himself. So it's not none other than who defeats Krishna, and none other than who kidnaps the gopis also. So here, only Lord's mercy talks about. I vanquished lusty princess and won the hands of Draupadi. So that the pastime is talks about. Then he also talks about that how he defeated Indra, protected Agni, Dayaman, Maya Dhanava, And all those Jarasandha, Bhima defeat Jarasandha, that pastime Mataji has covered already. So how we astonished Lord Shiva, that also he talks about. Then the Nimataka Kavacha he talks about. Then he talks about invincible weapons, great generals like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Burishwara, that I think Mataji has covered. So then he talks of remembering intimate moments with Arjuna felt null and void in his absence. So Arjuna is really feeling that, because Krishna is not there, my kind of, feelings is null or void, nothing is there. So he is expressing that without Krishna, my life is useless. In his absence, I am defeated by infallible cowherd men while I was guarding the queens. That's what he says. So further says Arjuna focuses Lord's instructions and attains transcends. Arjuna accepts everything. So Bhagavad Gita also, Prabhupada brings here, Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna is says that, hey Krishna, whatever you say, I'll do it. Karishye vachana tava. Krishna says, whatever you say, I'll do it. Whereas Krishna gave an option to Arjuna. You do whatever you think. Whatever I want to tell you, I told. Now up to you. Where Krishna says, I'll do whatever. Now here also, Prabhupada says that all this due to Supreme Personality Godhead, sometimes people kill or protect one another. So if the Krishna instructs, they're ready to kill. The Krishna instructs, they're ready to protect. So for pleasure of Krishna, devotee is ready to do anything. So he says, now I am attracted to Govinda's instructions that relieves the burning heart of all circumstance. This is the important point for us, that we as a practicing devotees, Krishna's instructions, if we take it, all the burnings, heart in circumstances, time, space, any problems can be solved. All that requires that we need to have a little interest, little faith that yes, Krishna's instructions can save me. So Prabhupada also talks about here. Then because Lord's pastimes, activities, and because of his absence, it appeared to be that Arjuna forgot his instructions. Because Krishna is not there, he lost the instructions. Then Maharaj Yudhishthira, the understanding is there, that has been discussed. Then finally Maharaj Yudhishthira retires. This is the lesson for us as a practicing devotees. We have to give up our body, our wealth, opulences, everything one day. So it's better we plan, better we plan for retirement and do accordingly. Don't get the surprise, because definitely death is going to come. Or before death also, the possibility that our greatest, the loved ones can be taken out, or
On
our
and off
wealth
your
can be
voice
taken.
is cut, Prabhuji.
Huh?
On and off your voice is cut, Prabhuji.
Is now
For
able to
me
hear me?
or for
No,
everybody?
Mataji, for us it is fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So in our life, anytime anything can happen. So better we prepare, better mentally, we prepare for it. That's why Prabhupada says our movement is art of living, not art of living. So we should always prepare. Of course, doesn't mean that we should be sadist. We should be always, be joyful. At the same time, be ready. Whenever Krishna is calling, I'm ready to go. But for that requires a lot of preparation, lot of self education is required. So that's what Yudhishthira Maharaj does, and finally he retires, he goes back. So generally a grahastha at the age of 50 years to stop his karmic work and focus on spiritual 100%. Before that, whatever little, basically the general guidelines for devotees is to, out of 24 hours, 8 hours for this karmic work, 8 hours sleep and cleaning, 8 hours for Krishna conscious activities. That is a normal people. But once retire, it's 100%. Only little sleep, little rest, and little eat, and balance all Krishna conscious activity. That should be the mood of a devotee. So again, it's chapter 16, Shanukarishi's questions Maharaja discussed. So yeah, movements of Maharaj Parikshit as a conqueror against the effect of Kali. The Kali enters, and the discussion between mother cow and mother earth in the form of a cow and dharma in the form of bull. That discussions Mataji's covered. Again, the important point for us that the four principles of dharma, truthfulness, daya or mercy, and saucha and cleanliness and austerity or tapa. These are the four things, and against that are the four regulatory principles Prabhupada gives, that no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gamblings. These are the four things which is against the dharma, which we should avoid. So Prabhupada details explains here. And the lot of discussion, I think Mataji has already covered here. And next is a punishment of Kali. We'll discuss next session. Okay, anybody want to share anything today? So, any points quickly? Sumit Prabhu, want to add anything on that?
No, Prabhu, I think Mataji and you explained very nicely. Only one point I remember is that living entities are always depending on Krishna, whether they realize or not. As we see in the case of Arjuna, like once the Lord has departed, all his glory is how much glorious he was when the Lord was there. And he was defeated by the coward boy, as you mentioned, that Krishna himself come. But he was feeling so helpless without the Lord. So that we should always remember that without the Lord's mercy, we are nothing. So we should always be surrendered to the Lord.
Yeah. Anyone else quickly want to add anything? Varsha Mataji, any comments quickly?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, nothing else. Thank you.
Okay, Uma Shankar Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji. So in this one, even the bad intentions by others, it will be destroyed by Krishna. The example is that Durvasa Muni. His intention was to curse the Pandavas. So as soon as this was known, Draupadi, she completely surrendered to the Lord. So he came to the rescue of the Pandavas. That one, Prabhuji. So even the intention, not even the actions, even the intentions are getting destroyed by Krishna.
Yeah. True. Shruti Mataji, anything want to add?
Nothing, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Sudha Mataji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So here they have given like Arjuna, he was a great warrior and he killed many powerful warriors in past times under the instructions of Krishna, and he was able to even defeat Parameshwar, Shiva. But once Krishna was not there, he was defeated by an ordinary people, just bandits. So what it means is like under the instructions of Krishna and under the guidance of Krishna, we'll come up very well, and we get the strength and power uh, once we follow his instructions. But at the same time, if he is not there, then we are nothing. That is one thing which is I understood from this class, Prabhuji.
Yeah. At the same time, understand that infidel were none other than Krishna himself. I mean, but who came in the form disguise of infidel. But yeah, as you rightly said, lesson for us is that without Krishna, we are nothing. Yeah. Vidya
Thank
Prabhu Mataji.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Mataji, ಹೇಳಿ.
ಏನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Okay. Mariappan Prabhu, want to add anything?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I understand Lord's presence is absolute, and Arjuna is defeated by ordinary hunter, and that hunter himself is Krishna. And that is deep, this thing is there, because Lord designs everything. Lord, without Lord's intervention, nothing happens. that I can understand, because Lord himself, and Lord gives always protection for his devotees. The hunter is not an ordinary person who has defeated Arjuna. Even though it is being highlighted as ordinary hunter, there is a lesson that's all for Arjuna, and through Arjuna for all of us. And in that way, I understand we have to completely entrust everything to Lord Krishna. And I can understand the mood of Arjuna, miserable mood of Arjuna when Lord left, abandoned him. But at the same time, he protects, continue to protect also. Only here, this thing is, I must learn the lesson. And for pleasure of Krishna, do anything, everything. I should not hesitate to this thing. Have a second thought on instructions of Krishna. Simply assume and keep doing everything as per instructions. Have complete faith. I have to give up everything and surrender to Lord. Learn art of living in a joyful mood of going back home, back to Godhead. And after retirement, especially, it's specifically for me, 100% on devotion. No, keep any percentage for personal or any other deviation. That much I have understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
When you say this, I remember yesterday that Yashoda, who left, the parents were saying that the last moment, I mean, in that pain, she was calling Prabhupada, Prabhupada. See the consciousness of that young girl. Even before leaving her body, she was calling out Prabhupada. So that is the quality of a pure devotee. Meena Mataji, are you okay to speak or you want to say anything?
Nothing, Prabhuji. I need to thank Kokila Mataji for pushing me again. So I'm not sure, but still, I will try to attend how many days is possible.
Yeah.
And so just wanted to tell you, like myself, Disha and Daksh, we all started the japa every day.
Wow. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So thanks to you, Prabhuji, we met you. So not thank me, I need to thank you. So we have started that, and also Kokila Mataji, thank you. And as usual, you are the guru and the guide, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. Avinash Prabhu, want to say anything? I think you are joining first time today. You want to say anything? You can say.
Nothing, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for sharing the knowledge.
Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll meet tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji class ki jai.